In this video, I am going to give you a latest but very sad news about the protractor tool. We all know protractor is one of the very famous tool in the market for Angular JS application end-to-end testing. But we have a very sad news from the community, that is protractor is getting deprecated. Yes, guys, if you are a protractor engineer who is already working on the automation, or if you want to learn protractor, right, this is the latest news you should uh, consider and you should go through before learning or before updating your entire protractor suits and all, right? So let's go over and understand what exactly is this news is, and uh, it's a very sad news. So it is getting deprecated by end of 2022 in conjunction with Angular version 15. Okay, so Angular version 15 is also getting deprecated. In conjunction with that, protractor is also getting deprecated. So why the team has taken this decision? What are the reasons to take this particular decision? Right, we'll go one by one. So before that, Protector is created in the year 2013 as an end-to-end automation tool for Angular JS applications. It is just a wrapper around Selenium WebDriver, and it has abstracted asynchronous operations from developers with the use of control flow. Okay, in Selenium WebDriver we have the support of control flow. So with the use of control flow, all the asynchronous operations from developers are abstracted. Okay, so that was the main functionality of the protractor, and it has given many other features also. So control flow makes asynchronous calls appear synchronous. Okay, so because Selenium WebDriver was not having that great handling of asynchronous calls, so that's why. So with the help of control flow, the asynchronous calls will be made as or it will be looked as synchronous. Okay, so in Selenium version 4, right, support for control flow is dropped. Okay, if this is very important. In the support for control flow is dropped from Selenium 4 completely. Maybe due to this, right? So because they were making use of control flow majorly, so because of that, I feel, right, the protractor team has come out with a decision, right, or they might have analyzed many things, and they might have taken a decision to deprecate. There are many other reasons. Let's go over them. So if control flow support is removed, what are the changes we need? We might be need a significant change in the entire protractor ecosystem or the way it has been built, right? So the first thing is we have to remove the support for control flow or making use of control flow to interact with the applications, right? The second thing is the legacy dependencies, Jasmine, right, 2 and Q promise, they also need to be removed, which will bring further breaking changes into the entire tool. And it was initially designed to support Angular JS. Many of its features like locators and mock modules are specific to Angular JS. Okay, there are many features they have developed or which are very specific to Angular JS. These features only work in Angular JS and not in Angular. Okay, so in Angular there is a difference between Angular and Angular JS, right? So those features will work only in Angular JS but not in Angular applications. So once Angular JS is getting seized by December, right, 31st 2021, then these features will no longer be relevant. Okay, so because they're seizing the development of Angular JS support also, right? So these are the many changes they have to make. And removing control flow and dropping Angular JS specific features would simply make protractor essential just a wrapper around Selenium WebDriver that provides no additional functionalities, right? So you are not making any asynchronous calls appear as synchronous, and then Angular JS specific features, if you remove, it is just a wrapper, or it is almost similar to Selenium WebDriver with no additional functionalities. You can easily make use of Selenium WebDriver, right? So that these are many groundbreaking changes we need to make. Because of that, the protractor team has decided, right, they want to stop the support for this, or they don't want to do any further changes, or because there is a lot of work involved, so they want to deprecate it, right? So what are the alternatives then, right, if protractor is not being supported, right? Because in the industry, lot of applications have been automated. Angular JS applications have been automated with the help of this tool. There might be thousands of scripts which have been written in a single company with many suits, right? So what are the upgrade criteria, or which tool we should consider? How exactly, if the support is stopped or it is deprecated, any new JavaScript, because JavaScript is changing dynamically, right? Lot of updates have come in JavaScript. Any new changes comes, if the entire test suite breaks, how exactly the companies should go for any new tool, or they whether they can update the existing test cases, what all changes they suggest. So what they're simply straight away suggesting is go for some other tool. Go for some other tool like Cypress, Playwright, Puppeteer, Selenium WebDriver, Test Cafe, WebDriver IO. So these tools, any one of these tools, you can make use of to change your application. And they have they are in touch with many of these developers to move the Angular, the protractor test scripts into the specific. For example, they are in talk with Cypress also, right? So that the migration from protractor to Cypress would be seamless. So the discussions are still going on, and they are in touch with many tool developers, right? So they will come up with a plan. So I will just give you one link of the protractor. You can see here I have mentioned it as courtesy here. I will just go over there, and then you can see here they have given lots and lots of information, and then they are suggesting all these things. And then if you go somewhere here, right, you can see here it's a great alternative, I have been using it, right? And then this person is saying we are working with Cypress team to ensure smooth integration with the Angular command line interfaces. So the seamless transition from protractor to some other tool also, they are coming up. So that's the major update. And what are the challenges we might face once this support is stopped, right? So migration or rewriting of the entire test suite, right? If migration is seamless, then it is easy. If there are some test suites which are customized, right, they might have made make use of a protractor and some other integration with some other tools also. Rewriting of the entire test suite might be a challenging one. And for the entire resources who are working on protractor, or they're skilled with protractor, they might have to uh, learn a new tool or new library, right? That is also one of the challenging. You might have in the company, you might have to give the entire training, which tool you are going to decide, whether it's a Cypress or some other tool. And then you have to come up with a lot of good trainings. And then once the migration starts, it is not like the migration will start and then you will not face a lot of problems. You will definitely face a lot of problems when you are migrating from one tool to another. And then how to overcome those problems, and then how to make the suit work as before. All those challenges you are going to get. Okay. And uh, one big challenge I am looking is, or I'm forecasting is, people might lose jobs also. That can also be one of the very sad thing which might happen. All right. So these are the some of the challenges we might face. So we should be ready for it, or we should be because we have a lot of time. They have mentioned it as end of 2022. We have a lot of time. So try to plan accordingly, and then be in a safer position, right? So that your suits will not break, your job will not be lost, right? All those things. So I will share this entire GitHub link where they have given the detailed explanation of what is going to happen. And then they have also given a kind of note here. You can see, no decision is final until we assess all the feedback from the RFC. Okay, so they have a plan to deprecate by end of 2022. Okay, but they have also given a disclaimer here: no decision is final until we assess all the feedback from RFC. So let's see, but this is the very breaking news, and then you should be prepared for it, right? So if you like this video, for latest videos on any of the testing related information, and if you want to learn any testing related course, you can always subscribe to our channel, as well as you can follow us on our Facebook page. We have our website also, we have our group also. You can you know follow us in all these platforms. Thank you so much for watching this video.